Open an app or a newspaper, and you'll see the world neatly sorted into tabs. Sports over here, tech over there, foreign policy on the front page, and finance tucked in the back. But the modern world doesn't operate in clean categories. We are living in what researchers call a polycrisis. The geopolitical, the physical, and the technological systems we rely on have become so tightly bound together that a disruption in one corner of the globe sends an immediate shockwave through the entire network. To see how quickly this chain reaction moves, we can look to the Middle East, where escalating tensions involving Iran are creating an origin point for broader conflict. The immediate pressure rests on the Strait of Hormuz. A massive portion of the world's daily oil supply passes through this narrow maritime bottleneck. Any threat to this single shipping channel instantly raises the probability of fuel shortages on a global scale. A localized political dispute over territorial waters no longer stays geographically contained. It becomes the first domino to fall in a sequence that tests the stability of markets everywhere. When oil traffic is threatened at the strait, international energy markets react immediately. The price of fuel begins to spike across the board. We see a rapid upward spike in energy prices, which pulls overall global inflation right behind it. To fight rising costs, central banks step in with defensive interest rate hikes. This attempts to cool inflation, but aggressively squeezes everyday consumers. That broad economic pressure creates specific political friction, driving anxiety and instability right into domestic governments, particularly in the United States. Lawmakers are caught in localized disputes over voting districts and abortion medication rulings. Adding international economic stress inflames those internal divisions and deepens gridlock. Rising inflation and interest rates act as an invisible accelerant, turning abstract financial data into very real political fracturing on the ground. At the exact same time, the physical world itself is shifting, applying a massive simultaneous pressure on that already strained global system. In regions across South Asia, severe heat waves have driven temperatures past 46 degrees Celsius, taking an immediate and devastating human toll. This climate instability is visible everywhere you look, with global headlines dominated by anomalous tornadoes, severe floods, and widespread wildfires. That physical reality directly threatens major international events and infrastructure. In North America, organizers are currently preparing to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Scientists are already warning that the extreme heat anticipated during those summer matches could pose a severe physical danger to both the players on the field and the fans in the stadiums. As the climate shifts, our biological defenses weaken. The World Health Organization is warning that decades of global health progress are actively slowing down. Under these strained conditions, localized health threats require constant monitoring. Right now, officials have to track a specific hantavirus outbreak originating on a cruise ship. A destabilized physical environment breeds biological vulnerability. These compounding factors multiply the damage of the economic and political crises already stretching the system thin. Yet, while the physical and political worlds experience deep friction, the digital realm is rapidly accelerating. We're watching a massive surge in global internet trends, driven almost entirely by the rapid evolution and integration of artificial intelligence tools into daily life. That digital acceleration pushes directly into physical exploration. Even amidst these earthly pressures, humanity is aggressively moving forward with NASA's Artemis II lunar mission. This forces us to ask a critical question. Is this technological surge a mere distraction from our problems, or are we actively building the exact toolkit needed to solve them? We can no longer view inflation, extreme heat, or AI development as isolated chapters of history happening in a vacuum. They are all part of the same cascade. Surviving a polycrisis requires that our solutions and our thinking become as